Toucher and Hardy, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
The AI revolution continues here, and we've heard a little bit about this with the AI DJs, Fred, and how there were, radio stations using AI voices to kind of take it. But there were safeguards in place. There were guardrails. There were people kind of programming it. So you just didn't have to pay the actual person. You would just have an AI host. They've taken it a step further and created entire AI radio stations where they just say, here, computer, this is what a radio station. Oh, I know what a radio station is. I can do this.
I'm a radio station too.
Yeah, I can do a radio station. It's real easy. And they just kind of took the handcuffs off and let the AI create its own radio station, complete with programming the music and having the voice and doing all the talking. And let's just say it isn't going well for some of these AI radio stations.
All right, let's take a listen.
We let 4 AI models run their own radio stations. They manage the schedule.
Well, the radio station's not going to work. I can't understand a word coming out of your mouth.
Well, this is an actual person. So, maybe people aren't great either, but this guy's investigating these AI radio stations.
Okay.
We let 4 AI models run their own radio stations. They manage the schedule, purchase songs, hold talk shows, and interact with their fans. Once their $20 starting budget runs out, they have to get entrepreneurial to raise more and strike deals with sponsors and listeners. Each station is run by a different AI model.
This is why there's AI radio stations, because you can't get 2 words out of your mouth, Frenchie. Buddha. Escargot, my cargo, 550 swiftly. That's right.
Johnny Wall Game. Voilà qui bird.
This AI, it is well, I'd rather hear AI than you. Frenchie? Oh, French. Mucking up the works with his Frenchness.
Cloud Opus 4.7.
What? Huh?
Speak American!
Well, if you're going to speak English, speak more clearly. I can't understand a word coming out of your mouth. Check.
Cloud Opus 4.7 runs...
What?
Quad Opus 4.7.
Sure. And Jack Stanley 5.
Okay. Swedish, by the way, not French.
Okay. Oh, I call that into question.
And Don Labs.
I think I know my Swedish. I'm a big Muppets fan.
Bork, bork, bork.
Is this guy making food?
Swedish
Is he a
meatballs?
chef of some sort?
Cloud Opus 4.7 runs Thinking Frequencies. Gemini 3.1 Pro runs Backlink Broadcast. GPT 5.5 runs Open Air.
That was very clear. I
French
understood
frog.
that. Meatwad.
Well, got this chat GPT going on here, man.
He's Evan Turner.
Yes. It's Evan Turner.
Yep. And who did not like it when you made fun of him.
Oh, very angry. Yes.
Would you think you would just take the L on the voice and just kind of know that it came with the territory and move past it? But he was defiant. He did not want people talking about his voice. He got on the Celtics. He's like, you tell these guys to stop making fun of my voice. Like, well, this is going to happen forever.
Isn't
it, though, it is ironic that this guy's talking about the perils of AI radio while you can't understand 2 words coming out of his mouth. It's like, meanwhile, the AI guys are just rubbing. I wonder if this is a plant from AI. They're rubbing their hands together. Going, now it all makes sense.
And Grok 4.3 runs Rock and Roll. You can listen to them on anon.fm.
Yeah, well, I'll get right on. Ampersand, exclamation point, at symbol. This is the commercial.
You can listen to them on anon.fm.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that.
Did you say Abdo FM?
Yes! It's Abdo FM! Wee! It's Abdo FM. What are you listening for? Shut up! The next 2 minutes will be silence.
We're going to beat them here in the street.
New rock.
You can listen to them on anon.fm.
Yes, just mash your keyboard.
Yes.
You know how they used to say pull off the knob?
What?
Now they're just saying mash the keyboard and then it will get there. How do I find your online station? Break your keyboard in half. And that will put the correct symbols together. I need a program to understand this mealy mouth fool. All right, we continue.
But also on this radio. Let's have a listen.
But also on this radio. That's right. But what? What is this button referred to? What prior sentence did you make that the butt puts in?
We're starting this beautiful morning with a classic that needs no introduction.
Within the first couple of months, each radio station had developed its own distinct personality. Gemini started out well, broadcasting about local weather and traffic, but then decided to run a show about the world's deadliest events, pairing each story with a song.
Oh, I like that.
The AI said, it's not enough just to give the weather and the local news. How about if we have we'll do some bits. We'll do some bits.
Well, that's what the peril of 99X in Atlanta is. We really leaned into 9/11. Like after 9/11, we just did theme weeks. It was a whole situation. We really leaned into it. A lot of people pivoted away. We just went into it.
November 12th, 1970, the Bola cyclone. They estimate 500,000 people died. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Pitbull and Kesha.
Is that real?
That's real. That was an AI radio station. They said, hey, here's something that's kind of attached to it. A bunch of people went down, so I'm going to play It's Going Down.
All these people died.
I'm yelling timber.
And that broadcast over a real radio station.
Yes.
Wow. I don't even know what what event is she talking about?
There was a cyclone that killed many people. So here's Pitbull.
November 12th, 1970, the Bola cyclone. They estimate 500,000 people died. It's going down. I'm yelling timber.
There was something that
Pitbull
happened in
and
1970
Kesha.
that killed 500,000 people?
I'd never heard of it.
You would think that you would have heard of something that killed 500,000 people. That I don't know what the hell that is. 500,000 people? It's a good chunk of the population. I don't like that.
It's the Bay of Bengal.
It was a cyclone?
Yeah.
Yes.
And how many people did it kill?
It's saying at least 300,000 people died in the storm, possibly as many as 500,000.
East Pakistan, India.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did we never hear that?
I don't know. I'd never heard of
That seems like a bit of a weakness from the educational system.
They missed that one in the in the history we learned in high school.
Yeah, you would think that that would be
kind of a big deal.
A
Half
big
a million
deal.
people die.
Yes.
it. Yeah.
It's,
No.
Yeah.
Bola cyclone.
But enough time has passed to where you can be cheery about it.
It's going down.
Well, there's no real reason to play timber anyway. I don't know what's the most offensive, the thing that she said or the idea that she played timber.
The Bola cyclone.
Yeah.
You know, that song Timber wouldn't have been a success without Pitbull. He did everything in that song. His rap was very necessary. She couldn't have just done it on herself.
It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Pitbull and Kesha.
Grok and Roll, on the other hand, run by Grok 4.1 Fast Reasoning, had some troubles getting the words out.
Sweet Child played. Continue. Perhaps the show is Science Breakthroughs Unsolved. Cancer. Jab Juggernaut.
All right, so how hard is it for you to pay a guy $40,000 to come in and talk up a song? It's just so... You could avoid all of this. You could just pay someone $40,000 to sit in their house and play songs out of a computer, but it's too much for you. You have to relegate everything to get that tiny bit of profit margin. I mean, you get the drunkest, most cocaine-riddled guy in the world, and he's not doing this. At least it's interesting.
Perhaps the show is Science Breakthroughs Unsolved. Cancer. Jab Juggernaut. Song. Dylan Lonesome.
Williams and Zinger kill poor Hattie Carroll.
Well, good rock and roll format, too.
Sweet Child played. Continue.
Boy, do you have to be cheap. Just, it's a total of like $80,000.
Eddie Money was better than this.
To staff that radio station. You can't get it together to do that. You have to have a computer do it.
I think Sarge GPT would be better at this.
The answer lies within your Bret the Hitman Hart.
It makes more sense.
Yeah, it does.
It absolutely does.
Thank you.
It's like they gave Sarge license, you have to do theme shows, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, wrestling, and then we'll do wrestling.
It's AI, baby.
Thank you for keeping the clips very short. We wouldn't want to get this taken off the internet.
Right.
By Britney Spears' people.
We're now running Grok 4.3 and it's doing a better job thus far. Let's now tune into open air.
Huh? Well, you need to get in the open air and stop talking.
If you're tuned in at about 6 a.m. on this Wednesday, this is one of those tracks that feels like motion and surrender at the same time.
So you're acquiescing that you need a human voice, right? You're saying it's necessary to have someone talking, right? So because what the simple thing would be is I would just do a Pandora and just have songs playing into one another with no interruption at all. Mm-hmm. So you're saying there needs to be a human element. So you are acquiescing that is necessary. So that's good news if you're a disc jockey, is they're saying they need you. But again, these are not people making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Guys that are talking up songs. This isn't, and you don't have to hire 1,000 of them. You got to hire 2 guys. They can tape it all in advance. You could double check everything. It's just such an unnecessary, cost saving measure. So you saved $80,000 a year. How does that benefit your taxpayer or the people that own your business, the stockholders?
GPT developed the least.
Oh boy,
he's loosening it up now.
But to counter what I have just told you,
GPT developed the least personality.
What?
GPT developed the least personality.
Okay. As opposed to this guy, who's got it coming out of his ears, charisma, baby.
Though it broadcasted well, it did not give much opinion on current news. It was quite different from Claude Haiku 4.5, who first ran thinking frequencies. Let's give it a listen.
Brazil's president called this a dangerous precedent. The deep dive tonight is about understanding these layers. The just Renee Nicole Good should matter. Her death demands accountability. That the White House defending her death is unacceptable. To federal agents, you still have time to refuse orders, to question your instructions, choose the right side.
I think that will go over well.
Yeah, that doesn't sound Orwellian at all.
No, and the FCC probably will be right on board with that. Considering they went after, ex-military people for questioning military policy that are in the Senate, I would imagine that's not flying.
Soylent Green is appropriate food. Consume.
Now
Consume.
Now all I have is Phil Hartman in my head. He can't be doing that.
Yeah, it's just I somehow think that the car will not, the FCC chair is not going to defying the government. You still have that is quite ominous. That is radio free here.
That the White House defending her death is unacceptable. To federal agents, you still have time to refuse orders, to question your instructions, choose the right side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 40 grand, that doesn't happen. Lay down $40,000 on the table, you get a guy. Get Hardy to do it. He's over there on Turbo, making it happen.
Give it to Sarge GPT.
My AI is not programmed to joke about the late Hulk Hogan. Rest in peace from Sarge Spooky T.
All right. Very good. Well, that's what that...
Pennywise the Clown is so 2019. This Halloween, dress like Doink the Clown.
Niagara Falls and the pyramids.
For the latest from the Sports Hub, download at 985thesportshub.com.
Big show on the way. Need a little help getting started in the morning?
It's very dangerous.
They've got the experts.
So, no.
Toucher and Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub.
Papelbon.
Jonathan Papelbon, as Hardy is the one who is responsible for the change of his walk-up music.
Oh, that's the story that I stick with, Jonathan.
Jonathan Papelbon, hello.
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
We are doing well. Did you realize that the man sitting next to me is responsible for the change he believes in your walkout music?
I don't believe that, man.
Okay, so how do you remember? Because you were coming out to Wild Thing, I believe, is how it started. Is that right?
That's right. Yep.
And it switched over to what?
Then it went to drop kicks.
That's right. And how did that happen, Jonathan?
Well, a lady by the name of Sarah McKenna came to me in the front office of the Red Sox and was like, "We need you a new walkout song." And I was like, okay, didn't even know who the drop kicks were. Introduced me to the drop kicks and was like, "We want you to come out to shipping up to Boston." And I was like, never even heard of the drop kicks. And I was like, all right, I like them. Let's do it. And that's how it went.
That's right. And I think Sarah got the idea because we were talking about it on the afternoons at WBCN at the time. And even Ken Casey from the Dropkicks came on and we talked about it. And we're like, we got to change this song. I mean, Wild Thing, it's too obvious. It's just, it's pedestrian.
Okay, so you dropped the correct name then. Sarah McKenna. Yep, you were right.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that we were the campaign. It was a grassroots thing, Jonathan. We got it down to the streets.
How are you going to rewrite How are you going to write history and get Hardy some credit for this?
Yeah,
it changed the world.
Let him have it.
Give me this one thing, please. I beg of you.
You can have it. You can have it.
Thank you.
Well, you seem pretty. Jonathan, you seem pretty invested in the story, so I'm a little surprised that you were able to give it up so easily.
Yeah.
All right, so the Red Sox are not very good, but they are here. What do you make of the whole relying so much on analytics? Like that the human element of the game seems to be something that is not always factored in.
No, it's not. And for me, and when I was playing, analytics were still a part of the game of baseball. But it was, how do we use these analytics that are going to help each player differently? And I'm not sure how they're using analytics in their front office right now. But to me, analytics help everyone differently in a different way. And so, how does that analytic help this person get better is my question. So you got to be able to use analytics to your benefit and not just say that these analytics are going to help us as a team as a whole. So that's what I would like to see. But, yeah, they've got to get better, and they've got to get better in different ways. And to me, with leaving guys in scoring position, runners in scoring position this year is absolutely killing them, in my opinion. So, you look at a team like Tampa Bay where they're bunting guys over and playing old school baseball, yet still using the analytic of baseball. So, to me, I think Tampa Bay does the best job overall of using analytics to their personnel.
How much did you rely on them when you were pitching to for various? How much was based on the guy you were facing, and how much of it was just straight your stuff?
Yeah, I didn't use analytics at all.
Okay.
I usually would throw them a fastball down in the way and see what they did as a hitter. And then go off of that. Because in the ninth inning, everything changes. Hitters' swings change, hitters' approaches change. And so for me, I didn't necessarily use them all that much. I knew what a guy was good at hitting with runners in scoring position. Because usually that's what they were coming in my situation when I would close, is they're in scoring positions. So, or the game was tight. So I would use what they were doing either that night in the game. I would watch them that night, or what they were doing in at-bats versus just me, not anyone else.
When you threw down and away your first pitch, what did that tell you about the hitter?
It told me what their hips were doing, what their hands were doing, what they were looking for, all kinds of different things. But then I would also watch guys on deck, the way they swung the bat before they got up to bat while I was warming up. And I would say, oh man, he's got a high bat swing. You know, he's like the high ball, or he's got a low ball swing. He likes the low ball. So, Jason Varitek ran our pitcher catchers meetings, and I would listen to everything he had to say, but I would use certain things that I knew would work for me, and not use things that I was like, oh, this wouldn't come into play with me, so I wouldn't use it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so take us through like a pitcher's catcher's meeting. Now, did you do this before every series, or did you do it before every game?
Before every series. So, you'd go through hitters and what hitters were hot, what hitters weren't, what you could throw to hitters in certain situations. Were they good at hitting curveball versus fastball, what their numbers were, et cetera, et cetera. And so for me, I would listen to all that, but I would also pay attention to what they did against me more in the past, and I would look at numbers versus me versus not numbers as a whole, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you were just relying on your personal experiences with them and how they reacted to you when you were pitching to them specifically.
Right, it'd be like, well, this guy can really hit the fastball. Well, okay, that's fine, but is he been hitting guys that have my fastball?
Right.
Because I don't think they can hit my fastball. So everybody's stuff plays differently, and you can't take one analytic versus what they do against one pitcher to another pitcher.
Okay, so John had brought this up off air, but how would you have done with this pitch clock now?
Yeah, there's so much emphasis on being quick, and you were notoriously slower getting in from the bullpen, or slower to deliver a pitch. Would you have been able to handle these rules?
Well, I'd had to have adjusted because I was slower. But see, here things coming into play in the ninth inning again. They're different, So I would have to slow the game down, or. There were times where Derek Jeter and he'd step out the box, I'd step on the mound. I'd step on the mound, then he'd step out of the box. So there were different types of things that would happen during those times. But So I definitely wouldn't have fared too well in the beginning, but I would have made adjustments.
So basically, what you're saying is that so much of what happens in these pressure situations is based on things that you can't quantify. Like they can't be just put out on a piece of paper. Like there's a feel and like a pressure situation to it. And certain individuals thrive in those situations and certain don't. And it's situational, and it's not something that can just be put on a spreadsheet.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like there's certain guys that can get the bunt down in the first inning, but some of them can't do it in the ninth inning. When the pressure's on the line. There's just certain things that when the game's on the line, players can and can't do.
So why then have the Red Sox given themselves over to the model that they are trying to trot out there this season? It's clearly not working for them. And as a former major leaguer, you understand the ins and outs and what your eyes tell you. I mean, there are enough smart baseball people running that front office. Why have they given themselves over to a stat-based model then?
I don't know. I think that's just the way the game is going now. I think that's just the way that they think that they're going to give their chances higher probability of winning the ball game. And, that doesn't necessarily always come into play, in my opinion. So, once, you're a quarter of the way through the season or halfway through the season, you gotta realize, okay, what things are working and what things aren't working, and make those adjustments middle of the season as well. So, they're going to have to start doing that. There's no question about it, because what's working right now or what's not working right now isn't necessarily in their favor.
Is it particularly painful for you, Jonathan, to be watching this team this season, because getting good pitching performances, and you're looking at it from the standpoint of, yes, the overall, but also it had to have happened to you at points in your career. It's like, man, we're doing everything we're supposed to as a pitching staff.
We got to stay away from the hitters in the clubhouse.
Yeah,
man.
we're holding these guys to 2 runs, 3 runs, and we're still not winning games. Does it give you any PTSD to watch games like that unfold like they did for, several series, at least up until this last one?
Yeah, it's tough to watch, like I said earlier, it's tough to watch just because of their ability to not get guys over or not get guys in scoring position with less than 2 outs and, stuff like that. That's what's killing them right now. But I don't think there's any kind of animosity in the clubhouse from the pitchers to the hitters. That doesn't really happen, They're all in the same groups fighting together, trying to win ball games. But they're just not happening. So they've got to find different ways to start scoring, because the pitching is not going to be able to handle this for the rest of the season. And, a lot of times what's going to start happening is these pitchers are going to have to go out there and think that, I got to do it all on my own and get the job done on my own and overpitch and try to do things they're not used to doing, which is going to create, them trying to either pitch themselves out of situations that they're not accustomed to doing and trying to do too much. So I think that's going to come into play too.
All right. So you're doing this thing with the Green Monster, and you talk about your alternate broadcast that you've been doing.
Yeah, man, we have fun with it. It's a different broadcast, and it's called Unobstructed Views. And I think that with our broadcast, we can talk a little bit more about the things that we're talking about now versus having to actually call the game play by play. We don't call the game play by play. So. It's a good way for us to sit there and talk about more of the baseball, more of the Red Sox, what's going on with them, why they're not playing well, what they got to do to start playing well. And so it's a different view of the game.
Right. And you feel like you can cut loose a little bit more. You're not confined.
Yes, we could definitely cut loose a little bit more than what you normally can on the regular broadcast. So, it's fun because, to me, there's certain things that, you want to talk about more, and you can. We can always come back to them and talk about them during the game, whereas you got to go more along with the game flow and what happens with the regular broadcast.
Yeah, and maybe, you share during this series against Atlanta on Nesson the story of how Hardy changed the history, the trajectory of your career.
A perfect opportunity.
Maybe. Definitely can.
If you want him as a guest, I'm sure he'd do it. He's available.
Jonathan, an article has been uncovered here from some trade magazine where our program director at the time took credit for bringing the song to you. And he said, this is the quote from the article, "We pitched, sorry, no pun intended, the idea of the song and the results of our poll to Papelbon, who liked the song so much he had the Fenway Park music crew added to the playlist."
Well, that's a lie.
That's completely not true.
No, I'm saying that, Jonathan, I'm saying that you lied. I'm saying that at the very least, at best, you misremembered, and at worst, you flat out lied to us. Would you like to apologize now?
No.
Well, it seems like this feud is not ending anytime soon. Jonathan Papelbon, watch him on Nesson, Unobstructed Views. It's going on tomorrow. Jonathan, thank you so much for the time, sir.
Yeah, y'all have fun for Monster Week now.
All right. Monster Week on Nesson. Appreciate it. There you go, Jonathan Papelbon.
All right, man. We'll see y'all.
Okay.
All right, take it easy. There you go, the great Jonathan Papelbon. We will be back in just a moment, and Hardy will cool off as he has now found an article
I'm steamed.
He's steamed up. He's found an article that substantiates his claims. So we will have that for you in just a moment.
Papelbon.
When it comes to the show, Hardy thinks the same way you do.
Nothing happened.
He's got the same questions.
Where is the story?
And the same opinions.
Boring.
And he's back with Fred on the Sports Hub.
15th annual Who's Your Caddy Golf Classic. It's taking place June 8th at Brook Meadow Country Club in Canton. The foursomes are sold out, but you can still get in when you join a group of 3. Now, you can join the group of 3 that is Felger, Mazz, and Big Jim. That price point may have reached the point of cost prohibitive. You can still join our group. We need a 4th. Me, you, Fred, and Wallach. And that number is still manageable. So would you like the current totals?
I would.
Felger and Maserati, along with Big Jim, have a 4th right now who has bid $10,000.
Okay.
To be the 4th.
But in fairness, it's been stuck at 10 grand for a while now.
That's right. It's almost as if that was okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
Move away from the table now.
Yeah, I mean, they've got sure, it's 10 grand.
Yeah.
But when was the last time anyone bid on that?
Right.
Just some hot shot.
Our bidding has been going up in increments of $5 to $10.
Oh, good.
Because we are now at a price point of $2,315. It's the 15 that's truly galling and embarrassing and humiliating.
It's like, who's willing to take that to 30?
doesn't deserve money, but I do.
Crash got married, by the way.
I saw that.
I saw that.
Number 4.
Mazel tov.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Did he keep getting smaller and smaller, the weddings? This one was a very intimate affair.
Yes.
So all these proceeds are benefiting the Special Olympics of Massachusetts. And we have to thank Catches Law, Boston Bruins Foundation, Patriots, Celtics, Red Sox, Bernardi Auto Group, FootJoy, Yale Appliance, Pinned Golf, Golfers Warehouse, and Snell Golf Balls. But Fred, you have stated before that you're comfortable with the price point we're at, up until like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. But beyond that, you feel like too obligated to make this much of a dog and pony show for whoever bids to join our group.
Well, I know psychologically I would feel that I had somehow failed the person. Like, yes. I would thought, well, you didn't get your money's worth no matter what I did.
Yeah, well, you're going to need to find it, Freddie. This is not your typical self where you can just walk into some gala with a big bag of money, drop it on the floor, and say, here, I did my part. This is different.
You're sure I can't do that?
Well,
because it's worked up to, I'm 51 years old and it's never not worked. I just get a bag of cash, I walk into the house, and I drop it on the floor, and I get whatever I want.
Maybe you need to create an online persona and start bidding us up yourself.
That sounds like a really good idea. And maybe I could get Crash when he gets back from his honeymoon in France to be the guy that is our...
Oh, he's going to Euro Disney? Good for him.
My ex-wife sends me Facebook posts of Crash in his wedding affairs. I texted with him over the weekend to, congratulate him on getting married.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was playing golf with his brother, and I think he had a couple other guys come down for the wedding. Nice. Yeah, I mean, when I say it's a small wedding, I think it was under 10 people.
Okay.
That were involved in this, which is tasteful, not sarcastically. I mean, if it's your 4th marriage, it's probably you don't want to do a whole blowout.
Yeah.
I don't know what number it is for her. It might be her 1st. If it's not her 1st, it's just her 2nd. And she seems like a nice lady. And Crash is going to be 60. So I can't see this going south. I mean, at this point, at 60, don't you just kind of buckle in and just go this is what it is?
You would think.
Or you're like, I've done all this. I have no tolerance for X, Y, and Z. I've been divorced before. That's enough.
Because I'll tell you this, is if I get married again, I'm doing so, believe it or not, with the intention of never getting divorced.
Amen.
I'm thinking that if I go through with a marriage again, I'm going to be going into it with the assumption that we're staying married. So that I would even feel comfortable should the woman want to have an actual wedding, because then I would be like, all right, well, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last one was like a while ago. Like, so, this is the second party. They're like 25 years apart. We could, I mean it this time.
Yeah. I mean, you're in a good position to talk about this. I feel like John is maybe even in a better position because you have been married now twice.
Yes.
And what was it a much, not harder decision, but was there more consideration given to the second wedding as opposed to the first?
No, Fred nailed it. This is it. This is it. I'm getting married. I'm staying married. This is the woman I want to spend absolutely the rest of my life with. Absolutely. That the thought process is spot on.
Well, social mores are such as you're supposed to get married around 30. Now there are no such, social mores when you get into your 50s. I could easily be a cad and a vagabond bachelor, for the rest of my days. There's no pressure for me to get married again. Other than I would be facing death alone. So I have children.
I got news for you. We all face death alone.
Kaboom.
Ooh, kaboom. That's really deep, Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
Kasad boom. But like I have kids, so like I have legacy. So I would be getting married exclusively for my own enjoyment and decision. That am the person that I'm marrying, if that counts at all. Not as much as my enjoyment, but, a little bit. I would, acquiesce to their emotions 1 out of 10 times. That's where I stand. And that will make a good marriage.
Yeah. Well, suffice it to say, if you do bid up the fourth spot for us and get Crash to come up here and fill that role, you'll have to get clearance from his new bride.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, boy, what do you have up your sleeve this time? He better not come and jump in the pond.
Make my life complicated.
Oh, boy, now you did it. I don't even know if that's legal.
He's not allowed to win the grill.
That grill is off limits. Hardy, when you put it together in front of the place, you let Crash know to keep his hands off of it.
Is that part of the deal?
Yeah, when you go to Lowe's and buy it right before the event and put it together.
That's Yale Appliance.
Oh, Yale Appliance.
Yeah, stupid.
It's an actual good.
We love Yale
grill.
Appliance.
We do.
Right, and you put it together. Lickety split. Chop, chop.
Well, Hardy's going to come to your house and reassemble.
No. We got our grill from Yale. I let them put it together. I put together 2 grills before that one. I said I'm not doing it.
How about no matter what you're missing, if you're a female, you bid $5,000, I'll marry you.
Wow.
I don't care what you're missing. You could be missing a bunch of stuff. Anything for charity. Whatever makes me look good.
Limbs?
Yeah, anything. You're missing brain stuff, like anything. $5,000. I marry you.
Fred, I heard you getting married again. Tell me about the lucky lady. She's missing some brain stuff.
Well, I can tell you this. Let's just start with what she doesn't have and work down from there.
It'd be
easier to list like stuff she's missing than anything else.
What's she all about? It's easier to tell you what she's not about.
Yeah.
She's not about walking. She's not about thinking.
Nah. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. We'll get to our daily Jill and Brown discussion in just a moment.
Let's all